I read 6 traits that lead to criminal behavior. This is about understanding criminal behaviors, but in order to do so, you have to understand criminogenic needs or risk factors. Some criminogenic needs include antisocial values, meaning that they blame other people for their actions and they don't feel bad. They don't feel any remorse. There is also criminal peers. They tend to associate or befriend people who are involved in criminal activity and behavior, as well as drug use. There's also the antisocial personality, where during adolescence they tend to become rebellious. They start skipping school, doing drugs, stealing, things they shouldn't be doing. There's also the dysfunctional family, which is where there's a lack of proper communication and support from the family, whether it be emotional, mentally, physically. There's just a lack of support. There's also a low self-control. People tend to be very impulsive and temperamental, and they don't think about what they're going to do before they actually do it. And then there's also substance abuse. They tend to build up a high tolerance against drugs, and they're unable to stop, and they use them very frequently, which tends to slow their productivity and sort of jumbles up their thinking. They can't think straight. So, in order to understand that, we actually have to go back to human biology from the very beginning. But these factors can begin as early as conception and continue on through childhood, especially in adolescence. And usually they're gained from parents who pass down negative behaviors and traits to their children, which does include criminal behaviors as well. So then the next step to solving criminal behaviors is to create change and rehabilitation. It is not simple and it is not easy, but it is a must, and it is the job of many people, especially when they are incarcerated. It does say in the text that some people just don't want to do it, or they find it too difficult to, but it is something that we need to be doing. So in order to do so, people, whether it be the probation officers, regular officers, or the facility itself, have to access various histories, including educational histories, their finances, drug histories, and so on. But it all helps the officers to learn how to manage the person that they are handling. Then, that sort of assessment, the longest it lasts is 60 days. If it goes any more or less, then it tends to interfere with accurate results. So by taking into account everything we've discussed, those things allow for officers to determine a course of action with whomever they are dealing with at the time and how to properly go about doing things. Excuse me. The Gift of Fear shares the same views with this article sort of section that I read about getting to understand criminal behavior. Gift of Fear sort of also adds to trust your intuition, but they both tend to say that you need, in order to get to that point, to be able to do that, you need to understand the human biology. For the Gift of Fear, they go more in depth, and they say that you need to put yourself in their shoes. Like, you need to view yourself as them. They are just like you. Same actions, same thoughts and processes. They are just like you, so you need to take a deeper look into that. But they both do say that you need to take a deeper look into biology. I do think that the police officers and probation officers and facilities could take the Gift of Fear, what they could learn from it, especially about trusting their intuition, that it would help a lot. Because if they could learn to better trust their intuition and apply it to the people they are handling, then I think it would help them better predict the actions and the outcomes that could happen that these people may do. And I think it would help them, not only the actual officers doing the work, but also the people who are trying to rehabilitate.